viral videos of so-called electrical stones that have been found in DR Congo.
It looks like it just died.
Deep within the heart of the Congo, a land teeming with mystery and danger, explorers have uncovered disturbing secrets that defy explanation. From nature's mysterious displays to unsettling discoveries in the dense jungle, the recent finds have shocked scientists and left the world in awe.
Very long ears, very sharp.
What chilling truths lie hidden in one of Earth's most eerie regions? Join us as we unveil 30 creepy discoveries in Congo that terrified the whole world. Number 30. Giant Congolese snake. The story of a giant, mysterious snake in the Republic of Congo has intrigued people for years, though many locals may not even know about it. A passing colonel's unexpected discovery first revealed the creature's existence. In 1959, a Belgian helicopter flew over Congo when the pilot, Van Laird, and his crew spotted something unusual on the ground. Curious, they circled back to look at what appeared to be a giant snake. As they hovered above, they saw what seemed to be a snake far larger than any known species. While a typical python might reach lengths of 20.5 feet, this creature appeared to be about 50 feet long, far larger than anything they had ever seen. The snake's body was a brownish green, and its head alone was estimated to be around 3 feet long. The crew watched in shock as the enormous snake coiled itself and rose about 3 meters into the air, adding to its intimidating presence.
A 100-foot-long snake struck at the airplane, and all 3 people had the exact same story.
The pilot, Van Laird, photographed the creature, which helped lend credibility to his extraordinary story. The image became key in convincing others of the snake's existence. To further support the claim, Colonel Lee, a respected officer, and the other passengers on board also confirmed the sighting, ensuring that the story didn't go unchallenged. Number 29. The Congo River. This river is a one-of-a-kind and incredibly dangerous natural wonder. Stretching 4,700 kilometers from the East African Rift Mountains to the Atlantic Ocean, it's Africa's second-longest river, just behind the Nile. But what makes it truly unique is its depth. It's the deepest river in the world, plunging to an astonishing 220 meters.
There are few places on the planet where rivers run as fast and as hard as the Congo does here as it approaches the sea.
For most of its journey, the river is wide and calm, but after the Malebo Pool, it squeezes into a narrow gorge, forcing massive amounts of water to flow downward and carving out its deep riverbed. This creates incredibly powerful currents and some of the world's most violent rapids, like the Inga Falls, a 15-kilometer stretch of raging waters. These rapids are so intense that only one person in history, kayaker Steve Fisher, survived paddling them in 2012. American and Congolese researchers began exploring the river's lower section in the early 2010s to study its fish biodiversity. What they discovered was truly remarkable. The lower Congo is home to some of the world's largest and most powerful rapids and an incredible variety of aquatic life.
It would produce twice as much power, could provide electricity for the whole of Africa.
They found deep underwater canyons, blind fish adapted to life in darkness, and species with strange features designed for surviving in fast-moving waters. Altogether, they documented over 330 fish species in just a 350-kilometer stretch of the river. Even more amazing, around 80 species are found nowhere else on Earth. Number 28. Electric stones.
Viral videos of so-called electrical stones that have been found in DR Congo.
When videos began circulating on social media showing rocks generating electricity, many dismissed them as another hoax. But as more footage emerged, the claims became harder to ignore. A simple bulb lit up in one video when 2 wires were attached to either side of the rock. Adjusting the wire positions produced an even brighter glow. Another clip revealed 2 rocks being struck together, producing visible sparks of light on impact. Experts have identified the mineral as coltan, a dull metallic ore critical to modern technology. When refined, it produces tantalum, a heat-resistant material that stores electrical charge. This mineral is essential for producing cell phones, laptops, 5G technologies, electric vehicles, and renewable energy systems. With about 80% of the world's coltan reserves, the DRC remains the largest producer, accounting for an estimated 700 tons in 2021. Number 27. Bondo apes.
This is a really controversial one. It's the Bondo ape, and that's a particular area of the Congo called Bili.
For years, rumors circulate about massive, powerful apes roaming the dense jungles of the Congo. Known by locals as tree beaters and lion killers, these apes are described as standing up to 6 feet tall, walking on 2 feet, and making howling sounds like wolves under the full moon. Their nests are said to be on the ground, unlike most chimps that build their nests in trees. With reports of aggressive behavior and interactions with dangerous animals, these apes quickly captured the attention of researchers and explorers. In 1996, Swiss-Kenyan photographer and conservationist Carl Ammon stumbled upon a discovery that could be linked to these mysterious creatures. He came across unusual skulls at a museum in Belgium, which were initially thought to belong to gorillas. However, upon closer examination, their shape and features resemble gorillas and chimpanzees. This fueled speculation about the existence of a previously unknown species or even a hybrid. Further investigations followed, but more evidence did not surface until 2000 and 2003. Dr. Shelley Williams and other researchers traveled to the Congo, where they heard stories from locals and saw photographs of these giant apes. The descriptions were astonishing. Apes with flatter faces and gray fur at an early age who live in large groups and make unique vocalizations. Some experts considered whether these creatures could be a new chimpanzee species or a cross between gorillas and chimpanzees.
Well, these chimpanzees, they thought initially they perhaps were a hybrid between chimpanzees and gorillas because they're much bigger.
Number 26. Emela Ntuka. Also known as the killer of elephants or eater of treetops, this mysterious creature is found in the jungles and wetlands of the Republic of the Congo and parts of Central Africa. It is described as a large amphibious animal with a body like an elephant or rhinoceros, a large horn on its nose, and a crocodile-like tail. The creature's physical traits have led to 2 main theories about its nature: a giant semi-water rhinoceros or a surviving dinosaur. In the 1950s, Lucien Blancou, a French wildlife inspector, first documented reports of this creature. Locals in the northern Calais district spoke of a beast larger than a buffalo, but not a hippopotamus, with tracks resembling a rhinoceros. These accounts included sightings of this animal killing elephants with its powerful horn, a common feature in later reports. Though hard evidence is lacking, these reports and additional descriptions from explorers and locals helped build the mystery of the Emela Ntuka. In 1980, researchers Roy McCall and James Powell set out to uncover the truth about this cryptid, gathering stories from villagers. Some spoke of a horned creature, often aggressive, that killed elephants and hippos. In one instance, 3 elephants were found dead, apparently killed by a horned animal. This report and others painted a clearer picture of a large, dangerous, unknown creature roaming the forests. While it is believed to be a herbivore, the Emela Ntuka is fiercely territorial, attacking larger animals that enter its space. Its vocalizations, including snorts and growls, add to its fearsome reputation. Local artworks and carvings depict it with small, elephant-like ears and bulky bodies, emphasizing its size and horn. Despite the many reports, sightings of the Emela Ntuka remain rare, and physical evidence is limited. A few tracks with 3 toes were found in the 1960s, initially mistaken for those of a hippopotamus, but later linked to the cryptid. Number 25. The dingonek. This strange creature was one of the many animals the explorers encountered as they ventured deep into the Congolese jungles. They called it the jungle walrus. The dingoneck is a terrifying animal with scaly skin, sharp teeth, and a scorpion-like tail. It can be very dangerous, attacking both animals and people. It grows about 12 to 15 feet long, with huge tusks on its flat head and a long, bony tail that sticks out like a twisted dog's bone. Its skin has spots like a leopard and is covered in tough scales. The creature can also produce deadly poison all over its body. John Jordan was the first to report seeing this odd creature in 1907. He described it as having a bingo neck, but no one initially believed him. Later, while hunting, other hunters called him to the river, saying they had seen the beast. They thought it looked like a giant whale or leopard, but they couldn't figure out exactly what it was. They mentioned it had claws strong enough to carry and kill its prey. Frightened, Jordan shot it in the neck with an elephant gun, but the creature leapt out of the water and vanished into the jungle. His team tried to follow it, searching for any signs, but they couldn't find it. Jordan spent 2 more days looking, but there were no tracks, and the creature was gone. He wondered how such a creature could survive a shot like that. Researchers are still studying this mysterious animal today. Number 24. Raging volcano. This is one of the world's most active and beautiful volcanoes, standing 3,470 meters tall. It's located within the Virunga National Park, the oldest national park in Africa, and also home to 7 other major volcanoes. Nyiragongo is known for its large crater, about 2 kilometers wide and can be up to 600 meters deep. This volcano holds 2 world records: the world's largest liquid lava lake and the fastest flowing lava, moving up to 60 kilometers per hour.
Which is bringing molten rock up to the surface of the Earth, releasing its heat and gas into the atmosphere.
While it's unclear exactly how long Nyiragongo has been erupting, it's known to have erupted at least 34 times since 1882, with some eruptions lasting for years. The most recent eruption occurred on May 22, 2021, prompting a large evacuation of Goma, a city with about 2 million people.
Congo's Mount Nyiragongo erupted for the first time in nearly 2 decades on Saturday.
Thousands fled to Rwanda for safety, and the lava eventually stopped near the northern outskirts of Goma. The eruption caused the loss of 32 lives and destroyed hundreds of homes, though the city itself was largely spared. Before this, Nyiragongo erupted in 2002, taking the lives of over 200 people, mostly due to toxic gases and collapsing buildings. Over 100,000 people were left homeless.
170 people lost their lives, and we had 400,000 refugees.
The lava covered a large portion of Goma, and after the eruption, many earthquakes followed, causing further destruction. However, the deadliest eruption occurred in 1977. The lava lake drained quickly, sending lava racing down the volcano at up to 60 kilometers per hour. The lava destroyed villages and took the lives of almost 2,000 people. This eruption set the record for the fastest lava flow ever recorded.
So that means Nyiragongo is a real dangerous volcano.
Despite the dangers, people continue to live near this powerful volcano, displaying incredible resilience. Though no one knows when it will erupt again, the people of this region have shown they are always ready to face whatever comes their way. Number 23. Silver monolith. This mysterious metallic monolith suddenly appeared in the capital of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Kinshasa.
The structure appeared in the Bandalungwa commune, prompting some to take selfies with it, though others had a more negative reaction.
In 2021, leaving locals puzzled and intrigued. Today, the structure in the Bandalungwa neighborhood is guarded by police officers who prevent young people from trying to remove or damage it. This isn't the first time such mysterious objects have appeared. The year before, a similar monolith was discovered in the United States, sparking a buzz among science fiction fans who compared it to the famous 1968 film 2001, A Space Odyssey. Since then, other monoliths have popped up worldwide, including one at a UNESCO World Heritage Site in Turkey in 2021 and another in Romania. The mayor of Bandalungwa expressed excitement about the monolith, calling it a cultural and extraordinary addition to the area. He mentioned that the monolith is located in a part of town where improvements are already planned. Number 22. The Mahamba. This mysterious creature is believed to inhabit the swamps around Lake Likwala in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Some people think it might be a surviving version of an ancient crocodile, possibly reaching up to 50 feet in length. Others suggest it could be a living relic from the past, like the mosasaurs, massive sea creatures that went extinct millions of years ago. The local Bobangi people describe Mahamba as something unlike any animal they've seen before, comparing it to crocodiles or the legendary Nguma Monini. There have even been reports of the creature attacking and sinking rafts and canoes. Some believe Mahamba could be an unusually large crocodile, with sightings of crocodiles as long as 33 feet. Others think it might be an undiscovered prehistoric reptile or a giant, croc-like amphibian that survived when most similar creatures went extinct millions of years ago. Number 21. The Okapi. Also known as the forest giraffe, the okapi is a rare animal found only in the dense forests of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Although it has zebra-like stripes on its legs, the okapi is more closely related to the giraffe. Standing about 4.5 feet tall at the shoulder and weighing between 440 and 770 pounds, the okapi has a long neck and large, flexible ears. Its fur is reddish-brown with white stripes on its legs, which help it blend into the forest. Male okapis have small, horn-like structures on their heads, called ossicones, while females have hair whorls instead. Okapis are mostly active during the day, but can sometimes be seen at night. They are solitary animals, coming together only to mate. They feed on leaves, fruits, grass, and fungi. Female okapis give birth after a long pregnancy of about 440 to 450 days, usually one calf at a time. These animals live in tropical forest habitats, typically at altitudes between 500 and 1,500 meters. Despite being well known to local people, the okapi remained a mystery to the Western world until the 20th century. It was first described in 1901, and its name honors Sir Harry Johnston, a British explorer who helped bring attention to the species. Today, the okapi is recognized for its unique appearance and is considered a living fossil, as it shares many traits with ancient giraffids that lived millions of years ago.
Or to give it its scientific name, Okapi johnstoni, named after a Victorian English adventurer, Harry Johnston.
Number 20. World's darkest river. When researchers first encountered the Ruki River, a tributary of the Congo River, they were amazed by its dark waters. The river is so dark that seeing your hand in front of your face is almost impossible. Compared to other tropical rivers, the Ruki is likely the darkest large blackwater river on the planet, even darker than the well-known Rio Negro in the Amazon. The water's color comes from dissolved organic material and very little sediment due to the river's gentle slope. This dark, carbon-rich water mainly comes from rain, washing away organic compounds from decomposing plants in the jungle. The river floods the forest during the rainy season, leaching more organic matter. The river is remarkable not only for its dark waters, but also for its surroundings. It's 1 kilometer wide and drains a basin 4 times the size of Switzerland, still covered with untouched rainforest. Huge peat bogs along the river store large amounts of undecomposed plant material, making them crucial carbon sinks. Despite its uniqueness, the Ruki has never been studied in detail. While people have known about the river's changing water levels since the 1930s, no one has examined its chemical makeup until recently. Number 19. Hidden Chimpanzee Kingdom. Deep in one of the world's most dangerous regions, a hidden population of chimpanzees is thriving in the untouched forests of the Northern Democratic Republic of Congo, near the border with the Central African Republic. Scientists risked their safety to venture into this remote wilderness, trekking through uncharted terrain while evading poachers and armed militias. Their discovery is remarkable: a megaculture of chimpanzees living across 50,000 square kilometers of pristine forest. The researchers estimated that there were likely tens of thousands of these chimps, making this group possibly the largest in Africa. These chimps build ground nests more often than other chimps and are unusually large. They've been seen eating leopards and cracking open giant African snails on rocks. Motion sensor cameras in the forest captured remarkable footage, including males patrolling their territory in groups and mothers teaching their young to use tools to gather insects. However, the cameras didn't record the rumored moon howls. Number 18. Terror in cobalt mines. In Congo, countless children toil in unregulated mines, working long, grueling hours for barely enough to survive.
It's crawling with children, working like modern-day slaves.
They might earn just £1 for a 12-hour day of backbreaking labor. Despite being one of the world's poorest countries, Congo is rich in minerals, but its wealth is tainted by a dark history of exploitation that continues even today. Cobalt, a key mineral used in making batteries for smartphones and laptops, is now more valuable than gold. It powers the tech-driven world, but at the heart of its production is an army of children working barefoot in dangerous and filthy conditions. The children get exhausted, but failure to meet their quota risks punishment or a beating. The tunnels they dig are made by hand, with no supports to prevent collapses, especially during heavy rains. Workers descend into the mines using makeshift footholds carved into the rock, without helmets, gloves, or masks. The cobalt dust they inhale is toxic, and the World Health Organization warns that prolonged exposure can lead to serious health problems. Even newborns are not spared from this harsh reality. Mothers fear for their children, knowing they are destined for the same brutal labor as soon as they can walk. Number 17. Giant creeping crawlers. In the dense rainforests of Congo, Goliath beetles are some of the most extraordinary insects in the world. Living among rotting logs and fallen trees, these beetles are known for their massive size and fascinating behaviors. They are the largest and heaviest insects on Earth, growing up to 6 inches long and weighing as much as 3.5 ounces. Despite their bulk, Goliath beetles are skilled flyers and climbers, using sharp claws to scale trees easily. Male Goliath beetles are larger than females and can be identified by their Y-shaped horns, which they use to fight rivals over food and mates. These beetles are incredibly strong, capable of carrying up to 850 times their body weight, comparable to a human lifting 65 tons. Their diet consists of tree sap and ripe fruit, while the larvae feed on decaying wood, vegetation, and even animal remains. The beetles also feature striking black, white, and brown patterns, with some species displaying a metallic sheen. The life cycle of a Goliath beetle begins as an egg, hatching into a larva that can grow up to 4 inches long. Number 16. Mokalimbembe. Said to dwell in the rivers and swamps of the Congo Basin, this creature is often described as a massive reptile with smooth gray skin, a long neck, and a powerful tail. Stories claim it is the size of an elephant or hippo and feeds on plants near the water's edge. Some say it attacks boats that venture too close, yet it doesn't eat its victims, adding to its mystique. Locals have passed down tales of this creature for centuries, sparking fascination far beyond Africa. The mystery of Mokalimbembe caught the attention of Western explorers in the early 1900s. German officer Ludwig von Stein was one of the first to document local stories, describing it as a creature unlike anything known to science. Over the decades, adventurers and researchers launched expeditions to find this so-called living dinosaur, but no solid evidence emerged. Many eyewitness accounts were vague or conflicted, leading scientists to doubt its existence. Some believe the legend was inspired by the black rhinoceros, once native to the region, but now extinct in that area. Number 15. Mountain gorillas. A brave group of explorers recently began an exciting mission to find the largest recorded gorilla. Their hard work paid off when they finally found the gorilla.
Martha has carefully habituated mountain gorillas to her presence.
Beginning, which was unlike any other. This gorilla was massive, with broad shoulders, long arms, and hands similar to human ones. But what made it stand out most was its unusual aggression. Unlike other gorillas, Beginning fiercely defended itself and its young, attacking anyone it saw as a threat without hesitation. Number 14. Colossal peat bog. Hidden deep in the swampy forests of the Congo Basin, lies the Cuvette Centrale peatlands. Covering an area larger than England, this massive stretch of wetlands has been revealed as the largest tropical peatland in the world. Until a few years ago, no one even knew it existed. The peatlands span 145,500 square kilometers and hold an astonishing 30 billion tons of carbon. This makes them one of the planet's most valuable natural carbon storage systems, helping to combat climate change by trapping carbon that would otherwise enter the atmosphere. Professor Simon Lewis and Dr. Greta Dargy, researchers from the UK, first stumbled upon the peatlands in 2012 while exploring the region.
So we know that this peatland is quite close to the edge. If it dries out a bit, then it starts to release carbon.
By taking soil samples, they confirmed that this area was rich in peat, a waterlogged soil made from partially decayed plants. On average, the peat is 2.4 meters deep, but in some areas, it reaches a depth of nearly 6 meters, the height of a 2-story building. Number 13. The mysteries of Stonehenge. Historians have been puzzled by the Congolese Stonehenge because no civilization has been linked to its creation. Some stones are arranged in clear patterns, like circles, while others are scattered in ways that form unknown symbols. Many wonder if aliens might have been involved, but no evidence has confirmed this theory.
Mike Parker Pearson has unearthed evidence supporting that idea, though he didn't set out to study Stonehenge.
The stones are spread across the thick jungle of Congo. Archaeologists have been stunned by the lack of written records or clues explaining their origin or purpose for years. The stone's circular arrangement is similar to that of Stonehenge in England, while the unique symbols suggest that a complex culture once existed behind it. The size and skill required to create such a structure suggest that people with advanced knowledge of construction and engineering built it. This has led to many questions about who built it. The purpose of Stonehenge has attracted the interest of scientists, even astronauts studying astronomy. However, no clear answers have come from these investigations. Some researchers have even proposed that this might be the work of a forgotten, highly advanced civilization. Number 12. Jaba Fofi. For centuries, the people of Congo have told stories about a terrifying creature, the Jaba Fofi, a giant spider said to live in the Congolese forests. This spider is often described as a funnel web spider or an enormous tarantula. Most believe it resembles a tarantula, as many species of tarantulas already roam the area. But here's the shocking part. Some accounts claim the Jaba Fofi has a leg span of up to 1.5 meters. That's a spider large enough to prey on medium-sized animals like leopards, young okapis, and even humans. For comparison, already quite large, regular tarantulas typically only have a leg span of about 15 centimeters and hunt small prey, like mice, lizards, or birds. One of the best-known sightings happened in 1938, deep in the Belgian Congo. Explorers Reginald and Marguerite Lloyd drove down a jungle path when something crawled into the road. At first, they thought it was a cat, a monkey, or maybe even a small child. They stopped the car to look closer, only to realize it was a massive, hairy spider, much like a giant tarantula. Before Reginald could grab his camera, the creature disappeared into the undergrowth. Their daughter Margaret later shared this story, which remains one of the most vivid accounts of the Jaba Fofi. While these spiders are said to be highly venomous, some experts believe that might be an exaggeration. A spider of such enormous size wouldn't need strong venom to defend itself or take down prey. It's already intimidating and powerful enough. Number 11. The Kongomato. Often called the boat breaker, this mysterious creature is said to inhabit the dense rainforests and swamps of Central Africa. First reported in the 1920s, it's described as a large bat-like animal with smooth, leathery wings, sharp teeth in its narrow snout, and a long, thin tail ending in a diamond-shaped tip. According to stories, it can be black or red and has a 4-7-foot wingspan. Villagers claim it can attack boats and harm anyone who comes too close. In the early 20th century, European explorers brought tales of this cryptid back to the Western world. In 1923, a traveler named Frank H. Mellon recorded accounts from Zambian villagers who claimed the Kongomato lived in the Jindo swamps. The creature was described as featherless, with skin instead of scales, and villagers consistently identified it from pictures of pterosaurs shown to them. In another account, a man who ventured into a swamp known as dangerous territory returned with severe injuries, claiming a giant bird with teeth had attacked him. In 1932, zoologist Ivan T. Sanderson reportedly encountered a large, dark creature with bat-like wings and sharp teeth while exploring Cameroon. His vivid description led to speculation, though some skeptics believe it could have been an oversized fruit bat seen in poor lighting. Later sightings included reports of strange, winged animals near Lake Bangweulu in Zambia, which witnesses described as prehistoric-looking with pointed teeth and long tails. Number 10. Gualugo Triangle. Located in the heart of the Republic of Congo's National Park, the Gualugo Triangle is a treasure trove of wildlife, especially home to active populations of western gorillas and chimpanzees.
He's the father of the largest family of gorillas here in Virunga National Park. 44 gorillas in his family.
This lush, vibrant area was first explored by a team of primatologists led by David Morgan in the 1980s. The Gualugo Triangle is known for its dense forests and towering trees that shelter various creatures, spanning about 500 square kilometers. What makes this area so special is the beauty of its landscape and the fascinating behaviors of the primates living there. Researchers have observed complex social interactions and clever tool use, giving us a deeper understanding of their lives. This dense, quiet forest also hosts birds, forest elephants, and many other species, making it a haven for biodiversity. The triangle's importance goes beyond primates. It is a key area for studying the connections and lives of these animals, offering insight into their communities and behavior. The region's rich biodiversity has brought attention to the larger Congo Basin, which, after the Amazon, is the world's second-largest tropical rainforest. Protecting this forest is crucial for fighting climate change and preserving the many species that depend on it. Number 9. Land of Strife. Surprisingly, the Republic of Congo managed to survive a series of deadly disease outbreaks that could have torn the country apart. The nation faced enormous challenges, including the Ebola virus, polio, measles, malaria, and other contagious diseases. These illnesses appeared simultaneously, causing a sharp rise in deaths and putting a heavy strain on the country. The healthcare system was hit hard, and many other parts of the Republic of Congo also suffered.
A mysterious illness referred to as Disease X is spreading in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Later, the COVID-19 pandemic swept the world, adding to the country's already serious health struggles. Even before the pandemic, the Congo's healthcare system was fragile and poorly equipped. UNICEF and the United Nations publicly acknowledged the dire situation, describing it as though the diseases were crushing the nation like a pile of falling bricks.
This flu-like disease has caused significant concerns due to its high infection and death rates.
UNICEF even warned that the country's health system was on the verge of collapse, struggling with outdated equipment, a lack of supplies, and limited funding. Sadly, children were the hardest hit by these outbreaks. Many faced multiple life-threatening diseases at once, forcing them to fight for survival. The world wondered if the Republic of Congo could withstand these difficult times. Yet, despite everything, the people showed incredible strength and determination. Their resilience offered a glimmer of hope, proving that even in the darkest moments, human spirit and perseverance can shine through. It's a reminder of the courage and resolve needed to overcome even the toughest challenges. Number 8. The Cave of Agonizing Death. Explorer Attilio Gatti knew the risk he was taking. The Cave of Death was infamous. No one who ventured into it had ever come out alive. But despite all the warnings, Gatti was determined to uncover its secrets and make history. An Italian adventurer, Gatti had spent years exploring Africa, often venturing into places untouched by outsiders. Yet one place haunted him more than any other: the cave the locals called Kawena, which meant the cave of agonizing death. The Mumbwa people believed the cave to be cursed, a place where their witch doctors condemned those who angered them. To Gadi, conquering the cave became a personal mission. Until he had braved its depths and lived to tell the tale, he felt unworthy of the title explorer. In 1928, while staying in Livingstone, then the capital of northern Rhodesia, Gadi set out on his bold expedition. The Mumbwa territory was vast and dangerous, covering 30,000 square miles of uncharted wilderness. Many explorers had entered and never returned. Still, Gadi managed to recruit a team as daring as himself. The group established a base camp and began their search, charting dozens of caves in the area. It was grueling work. The caves were crawling with spiders, bats, and slimy creatures that flew at their faces, climbed up their legs, and squirmed over their feet. The damp air, foul smells, and eerie silence would have driven most people back to safety, but not Gadi. He led his team through nearly 30 caves for 3 months without finding the one he sought. By September, frustration grew. The group was ready to give up, but Gadi convinced them to postpone for 2 months. Fate, however, seemed to be against them. Gadi himself was attacked by a massive python and spent weeks recovering from his injuries. While bedridden, he studied their maps and noticed something strange. Their guides avoided a particular area. Convinced this was where the cave lay, he demanded to be taken there. Finally, Gadi's lead guide, Zamani, reluctantly led him to a sinister-sounding rocky hill. At the top was a narrow platform guarded by 2 tall stones. Between them yawned a dark, circular hole. "There, master," Zamani whispered, pointing. "That is Kawena." The cave reeked of decay, and nothing could be seen past its entrance. Tying a rope to one of the rocks, Gadi secured it around his waist and began descending into the unknown. As he climbed down, a ledge beneath him crumbled. He fell, slamming into jagged walls that tore at his skin like knives. At last, he landed with a jolt, dangling just above the ground. He untied the rope and dropped it the rest of the way. Switching on his torch, Gadi froze at what lay before him, scattered human bones and cobras slithering through the rubble. Firing his revolver, he managed to drive the snakes away. For the next hour, he explored the cave, taking notes on everything he found. But when he was ready to leave, he realized the rope was out of reach. Calling for help brought no response. Zamani, it seemed, had abandoned him, believing he was dead. Desperate, Gadi piled up stones to create a makeshift platform. With great effort, he grabbed the rope and began climbing. Every pull was agony. His hands bled and his arms screamed in pain, but inch by inch, he made his way up. When he finally emerged into the daylight, he found Zamani crouched in fear. The guide stared at him as though he were seeing a ghost. "I thought the spirits had taken you," Zamani stammered. "I was going to leave. When I saw you again, I thought you were not human." Exhausted but triumphant, Gadi had survived the cave of death. His daring feat proved his courage and sealed his place among the great explorers of his time. Number 7. A village called Gbadolite. Gbadolite was once a quiet, humble village near the border of the Democratic Republic of Congo, barely recognized on any map.
The Democratic Republic of Congo has severed diplomatic relations with neighbouring Rwanda.
That changed when it became the birthplace of Joseph Mobutu, later known as Mobutu Sese Seko, who transformed it into a showpiece of extravagance during his time in power. After taking control of the country in 1965 with support from the CIA, Mobutu set out to turn his hometown into a lavish retreat fit for royalty. The small village, home to fewer than 2,000 people, was soon unrecognizable. Grand palaces rose from the ground, a 5-star hotel with 100 rooms was built, and an airport capable of handling international flights was constructed. Schools, shops, and massive halls completed the transformation, turning the village into a spectacle of luxury. Mobutu also built roads and transportation systems, linking Gbadolite to distant areas and providing jobs to many locals. Life drastically changed as the village became a center of wealth and indulgence. Extravagant parties and celebrations showcased Mobutu's power while hiding the deep corruption that fueled his regime. But Mobutu's rule suddenly ended in 1997 when a coup forced him from power. The grand buildings and monuments he left behind were abandoned, slowly falling into ruin. What was once a glittering symbol of excess became a haunting reminder of a corrupt era. Today, the remains of Gbadolite's glory are cared for by a small group of Mobutu's loyal supporters, holding on to the memory of what was once called the Versailles of the jungle. Number 6. Gadi's mystery photo. In a remote region of the Congo, adventurers, hunters, and explorers have come across a mystery they call the unidentified photo. The image has puzzled everyone who has seen it, leaving them unable to explain its origin or meaning. Over the years, many stories and accounts have been tied to this photo, but no one can pinpoint exactly when or how it came to be. To some locals, the photo is seen as a gift from their ancestors. It is said to have been taken by Attilio Gatti, an Italian explorer, during one of his expeditions in the 1930s. The image shows Gatti with 2 attendants and a camera, standing near what appears to be a strange animal. The creature in the photograph has an unusual, almost otherworldly appearance. Upon closer examination, many believe it to be a gorilla, but not an ordinary one. This gorilla was much larger than the local primates and had an air of mystery. According to those who studied the image, the explorers had startled the animal and fled shortly after the photograph was taken. Its massive size and unusual presence sparked endless speculation. Some believed it was one of the last of its kind, a rare and solitary survivor of a lost species. Others thought it had been separated from its group, living a lonely existence in the dense jungle. Number 5. Mountain of Gold. In a scene straight out of a treasure hunt, the Democratic Republic of Congo witnessed an astonishing discovery in 2021.
The Democratic Republic of Congo. It's home to mines containing some of the purest gold in the world.
An entire mountain filled with gold. This incredible find sparked a frenzy in the small village of Luhihi, located in South Kivu province, drawing crowds of villagers eager to claim their share of the precious metal. Journalist Ahmad Al-Gobari's videos captured when dozens of villagers swarmed the mountain, digging into the gold-rich soil with shovels, simple tools, and even their bare hands. Their excitement was palpable as they carried the dirt home to wash and extract the gold. One video shows villagers meticulously cleaning the soil to reveal glittering gold, collecting it in metal containers. Al-Gobari described the scene on Twitter as an unexpected and extraordinary event for the local community. The gold rush brought massive crowds to Luhihi, overwhelming the small village and causing significant strain on its resources. South Kivu Mines Minister Venant Burume Muhigirwa explained that the influx of diggers became so overwhelming that authorities had to step in. To manage the situation, mining activities in the village were suspended indefinitely. Before we continue, let's check out today's subscribers pick. On your screen, you'll see a picture of tribal people who have never interacted with modern civilization. While it's difficult to say for sure if the photo is real, the idea that there are still undiscovered tribes in the Congo is possible, especially when we consider the Mbuti tribe in the Ituri forest. Have you ever heard of this tribe? Let us know in the comments below. Number 4. Human-like monkeys. The Lesala is a unique monkey species that inhabits the dense, humid rainforests of the Lomami Basin in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Between the Lomami and Chwapa rivers, these monkeys live among towering evergreen trees like Gilbertiodendron duivre, moving between the canopy and the forest floor. Their range stretches over 6,500 square miles, with habitats sitting at altitudes between 1,300 and 2,300 feet. This adaptable species thrives in the lush, remote wilderness of central Congo. Although the Lesula was officially introduced to the scientific community in 2007 and confirmed as a distinct species in 2012, it has been familiar to local people for generations. Closely related to the owl-faced monkey, the two species are separated by the Lomami River, which played a role in the Lesala evolving into its unique species. Its discovery came when a researcher stumbled upon a Lesala tied to a post in a village, likely kept as a pet. Lisulas are visually striking, with their blonde and gray coats and uniquely human-like faces. Their pale pink or tan skin stretches from their brows to their lower lips, and their eyes feature a white sclera that makes them appear especially expressive. Juveniles have mostly blonde fur, making them easy to spot in the trees, while adult males develop vibrant blue skin on their bare lower areas upon reaching sexual maturity. Lisulas typically live in small groups, often led by females. Males roam between groups, while females stay within the same family group for life. Though usually quiet, males emit loud, resonant calls in the early morning to establish their presence. These calls can travel long distances thanks to specialized air sacs in their throats. Researchers believe Lisulas may also use scent marking to communicate, similar to their owl-faced monkey relatives. Number 3. The Forgotten City. The mysterious city of Zinj has a history that stretches back to ancient times. Once a city of unimaginable wealth, it shone brightly because of the priceless diamonds hidden beneath its land. According to old legends, King Solomon, known for his wisdom, discovered this treasure and understood its worth. To protect the precious gem, he founded Zinj, which would eventually become the center of an incredible tale. The construction of Zinj's strong walls was just the beginning of its remarkable story. The people of Zinj embarked on an unusual project, breeding animals to serve a unique purpose. Among these animals were specially bred gorillas, which were not quite human, but not gorillas. These creatures were highly intelligent and fiercely protective of their city. Their hybrid nature made them extraordinary guardians, watching over the city with a strength and strategy that made them formidable protectors. Blending traits of both chimpanzees and humans, they stood as a symbol of nature's power and the ingenuity of humankind. However, as time passed, Zinj's fortune began to change. Once full of life, the lively city saw its inhabitants leave, and the once thriving city slowly faded into obscurity. Its exact location became a secret, whispered in the wind. Number 2. The incredible, inexplicable sound. Strange, unexplainable sounds have been echoing through the dense Congo rainforest for years, leaving everyone baffled. Some people believe they're the voices of ghosts or monsters, while others suspect a secret government experiment is behind them. Despite many efforts, scientists have been unable to locate the source of these sounds. Some experts think they might be linked to underground movements, like shifting tectonic plates, but the thick, difficult terrain makes it nearly impossible to investigate. Others wonder if it could be some new, undiscovered creature making noises that no one has ever heard. Though the government denies it, there are even rumors that the sounds could be tied to military testing. Some people, more inclined to the supernatural, believe the noises are the work of spirits or ghosts from another world. While skeptics dismiss these theories, they can't deny the strange atmosphere surrounding the whole mystery. Number 1. Kasai Rex. Some believe this is a giant dinosaur, while others think it could be a huge lizard. The most common belief is that it's a dinosaur, possibly a theropod. Descriptions vary, but it's reportedly 13 meters long, much longer than any known lizard, and even larger than the Megalania, a giant lizard from Australia. In 1932, a Swedish hunter named John Johnson and his servant ventured into the Kasai Valley, where they encountered something completely unexpected. While hunting elephants, they noticed a strange creature lurking in the underbrush. When the creature jumped out, Johnson shot at it, hitting it once. The creature retreated, but was later seen tearing apart a rhinoceros with frightening power. Johnson, too terrified to shoot again, managed to snap a photo of the creature before it vanished into the lake. Upon returning to camp, Johnson described the creature as reddish with black stripes, a long snout, and numerous teeth. He even thought it resembled a T-Rex, but with thick, muscular legs and built for speed. This sighting became one of history's most fascinating cryptid encounters, capturing global attention with its detailed and believable account. In terms of appearance, the Kasai Rex would likely have small horns, thick scales on its snout, and even some proto-feathers for added defense, as abelisaurs are known to have been cannibalistic. These features help make the creature both terrifying and unique. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.